I'm on record, April 2025, Kansas City Chiefs, no playoffs next season.
That's Jason McIntyre. He sucks. And he doesn't suck because he's picking against the Chiefs in this video. He sucks because he picks against the Chiefs in every single video. This is very on brand for him. He always picks against the Chiefs, no matter what the situation is. Jason always says the Chiefs will not be very good next year. Chiefs win the Super Bowl, they won't make the playoffs next year. They win the Super Bowl again, they won't do it. They won't be as good the following season. Spoiler alert for everybody. Once you win the Super Bowl, it's really hard to outdo that. And winning the Super Bowl again is really difficult. That's why it's only been done like a handful of times. Here's a video from Jason McIntyre that got pretty famous in April of 2025 of him saying the Kansas City Chiefs will not make the playoffs. Absolutely stupid statement. With that being said, I will let him get into the video. Here you go.
Pivot to the Kansas City Chiefs, a team I have a tumultuous relationship, shall we say, with their fan base, right? It works this way. I say something incendiary about the Chiefs, a hot take, something that I believe in, and they yell at me and then laugh at me when the Chiefs deliver. Funny thing, though, haven't heard from any of those guys in Kansas City since the Eagles flattened them in the Super Bowl.
Pause right there. Jason talks about how he doesn't hear from the Chiefs fans anymore after getting face mushed in the Super Bowl. Well, Jason, you see, he blocks us on Twitter, like this person and that person and that person and that person. So, Jason, if you want to hear from us, unblock us. We'd love to talk.
I haven't heard from any of them. And if you remember, we were in New Orleans for the show. I predicted the Eagles could run away with it. It looked prescient. I got a lot of YouTube views and Instagram. People were loving me for the Super Bowl prediction. Haven't heard from the Eagles fans lately. So we've had some NFL guys come on this week, talk about gambling, Adam Chernoff, Chris Felica. And the wheels started turning last night when I started to drill down on the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll start with this. The offseason is when you improve your roster and fix issues, plug holes. Have you guys seen the Kansas City Chiefs offseason? They haven't done a damn thing. Their biggest signing, because we know the offensive line is a train wreck. It was in the Super Bowl. Then they traded Joe Thuney, who was a guard, who they moved outside. Their biggest signing was Jalon Moore. Who? Fifth rounder out of Western Michigan, who was a backup in San Francisco. A backup. Now he's behind Trent Williams, which is kind of, understandable. Trent Williams, one of the best left tackles in the league. But I think he had 5 starts last season. That's it. He's going to be their new left tackle. This is how desperate the Chiefs were last year on the offensive line. They tried 4 different guys at left tackle. Thuney ended up being the best at the end of the season, but they moved off of him. He's now in Chicago. So that's the biggest issue I've had with the Chiefs. They have not improved at all. And, I love Travis Kelce. Me and my family like Taylor Swift. We went to see Taylor Swift in concert. I like Travis Kelce a lot. He's a Hall of Famer. He's coming off his worst season as a pro. He's 35, turns 36 in October. Travis Kelce, career low 3 touchdown catches. If you look, you could draw a direct line. It was like basically the stock market on Monday. Right down. Travis Kelce's career stats, right down. Folks, I like Kelce. Do you remember his last 3 playoff games last year? He's a ghost, invisible, didn't do a damn thing. Showed well in the opener against Houston. After that, nothing, non-factor. He's the safety valve for Patrick Mahomes. And I know what you're saying. We get Rashee Rice back. Okay, we'll wait to see if there's a suspension. We'll wait to see if he gets in more trouble in the next 5 months. But then I saw the really big issue with Kansas City. So last year, they went 11-0 in one-score games. Historic stuff. You don't see 11-0 in one-score games. And the staff pointed out to me this morning, Jay, it's not just 11-0 in one-score. They couldn't blow out anybody. They had the worst point differential of a 15-win team in NFL history. But it gets better. 2 teams in their division who finished behind them, the Chargers and Broncos, had a bigger point differential than the Kansas City Chiefs. What's that telling you? That the Chiefs are unable to blow teams out anymore because they don't have the horses. They're just not that good. They do have, however, Mahomes and Reed, arguably one of the best quarterback-coach combos after Belichick and Brady in NFL history. That can only carry you so far. And you guys know, if you've gambled at all, one-score games historically flip year to year. Just a little tidbit, the Denver Broncos went 1-6 in one-score games. So if the Broncos flip that and are, I don't know, 4-3 next year, 3 extra wins, they might take the division. I think the Chargers are probably going to win that division this year. And what happens if Kansas City goes from 11-0 in one-score games to, I don't know, 4-7? Oh, wait a minute. Now we're looking at like an 8 or 9 win team in Kansas City. And I'm not saying they're in deep trouble, because obviously they're very good. But if you look at the AFC, the worst teams in the AFC are getting better. Tennessee is for sure going to get better with a rookie quarterback, Cam Ward. The New England Patriots added Mike Vrabel, who's an excellent coach. His record needs no introduction. They're going to be much better, the New England Patriots. Cowherd loves them. He's starting to convince me that they're a playoff team. We know the Raiders are going to be better with a real professional head coach in Pete Carroll. And they got a better quarterback at Geno Smith. Here are the Chiefs' opponents. At home, little edge being at Arrowhead. They have to face the Ravens, the Lions, the Texans. Those are all playoff teams. The Colts, who were 8-9, and the Eagles and Commanders, who were playoff teams last year and met in the NFC Championship. That's a daunting schedule. Now, on the road, they get a poo-poo platter of the Cowboys, Jags, Giants. Like, they should clean those up. The Buffalo game, obviously, will be huge. Guys, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to be real. You look at the last 3 years. Kansas City has played 10 playoff games. That's more than half another season. We see this in the NBA all the time. When you make a run to the finals 2-3 years in a row, that following year, you're drained. The bodies are breaking down. The players are wearing down. And it's very, very difficult to keep that sustainability going. I'm making the call here. It's mid-April, before the draft. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs are a playoff team next year. And I don't think they're cratering to like a 6-7 win team. But guys, 9 wins might not make the playoffs in the AFC. 9 you're fine probably in the NFC, but 9 in the AFC when you got the Patriots on the come up? Obviously the Bills are going nowhere. We know the Ravens are good. Houston Texans, CJ Stroud, they'll win the division. I think the Chargers win the division. And I think the Bengals, who won 9 games, then still have, Joe Burrow. And Cowherd's convinced me the Patriots are a playoff team, and I'll go Denver Broncos. Kansas City Chiefs missing the playoffs. Go ahead, screen grab it, save it, tag whoever the hell you want. I'm on record. April 2025, Kansas City Chiefs, no playoffs next season.
Let's dive into what Jason said here, because his claim is that the Chiefs did not a damn thing in the offseason, which is completely silly. Now, I'll give him this. This was recorded in April. I think the Chiefs had a very good draft, but that's neither here nor there. First of all, they added Jalen Moore. Quality depth at the left tackle and right tackle position, where the Chiefs are their most vulnerable. Guy was great behind Trent Williams. He started 7 games, and all 7 games he started, he was absolutely excellent. Now, he's a Chief. That's great depth at a position the Chiefs have needed depth for a very long time. They had a corner from the Chargers, Taylor. The problem with the Chiefs' defense, the defensive backfield, as good as it was with McDuffie and Watson, if one of them weren't available, the third option, Najee Johnson, was, by Pro Football Focus, the worst corner in the NFL. Adding him, this Taylor kid, is now going to give us a third option. It's great for the Chiefs. Now we can put McDuffie in the slot. We can move Watson around more. It takes more off our safeties. It's a very good addition to an already very good Chiefs defense. Okay. Then he says the receiver room's a mess. Last year, the receiver room for most of the season was Xavier Worthy and a bunch of guys that could work at Amazon, with all due respect to those guys. Travis Kelce, that's his criticism, is not in his prime anymore, but he's still great on third down, and he's still great check down. He's not the all-time tight end he was anymore, but he's still very good. The receiver room this year is going to look like this. Rashee Rice, once he's back from suspension, I expect 4 to 6 games. Xavier Worthy, home run hitter. Oh, Hollywood Brown, you forgot about him. Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce. Oh, Jalen Royals, rookie from Utah State. They've got 5 or 6 options I love. If you wanted to criticize the running back room, fair criticism. Chiefs need to address the running back room. I don't like what they have back there at all. I would have loved, Nick Chubb just got signed to the Texans for a 1-year, $2.5 million deal. Would love to see the Chiefs do that. Been great depth in the running back room. Saying they have wide receiver depth issues, that's completely silly to me. They're going to be just fine at wide receiver. Matter of fact, this is the best wide receiver room Mahomes has had since they traded away Tyreek Hill. It'll be just fine. They'll move the ball. The offensive line will be better. Josh Simmons starting at left tackle, or Jalen Moore, or they rotate pieces around with Taylor. We know he's had his problems at right tackle. They brought back Trey Smith, got Creed Humphrey. This is the deepest and best Chiefs offense they've had since the 2022 season. I think this is the best situation Mahomes has been in since the 2022 season. Oh, but they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs. Okay. In 7 years, Patrick Mahomes' floor has been 11-6. Oh, they won the Super Bowl that year too. I don't know if you guys remember that. They went on the road to Buffalo. They won on the road to Baltimore. They won Super Bowl against the 49ers. Won. He made it work. He figured out a way to get it done. And that's his floor in the regular season. So let's say it even goes down a game, 10-7. Okay? That would mean that, take everything else out of it, that a team like the Patriots and a team like the Jaguars would have to win 10 games with them. Because if you look at this, let's say they go 10-7. Let's say someone in the West goes 11-6. Okay. Now you look at this, okay, do you really think Cincinnati, Patriots, Dolphins, Jaguars, all those teams are going to hang at around 10-7? No way. I don't think you understand. So there's 16 teams in the conference, 7 make the playoffs. That's almost half. What you're betting on is the Chiefs are a bottom half AFC team. That is absolutely ludicrous after seeing what we've seen in the last 7 years. It's silly. It doesn't make any sense at all. The Kansas City Chiefs will make the playoffs again in 2025, unless something happens to Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, or something like that. And if you don't want to hang your head on Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, like he says, don't. Hang your head on Steve Spagnuolo and a great defense, another top 5 defense, which they will have. Chiefs are going to be fine. They're going to win 11, 12 games. They're probably going to be the 2 or 3 seed, and they're going to be in the thick of the AFC again. It is statistically, historical data, easier to conclude that the Kansas City Chiefs will be in the AFC Championship game than not miss the playoffs. Yeah. So this is Jason McIntyre, and he still sucks. Thank you guys for watching. Please click subscribe. Please smash that like button. If you think I got something wrong, leave it in the comments. If you think I got something right, give me in the comments, and I will see you guys next week.